And what's the situation on the ground at the moment, and how do you see it evolving over the coming weeks?
So the situation right now in some communities is pretty desperate, meaning there's, say, for example, for some of our local partners, there's a real lack of equipment, protective gear, safety gear. So the ability to actually respond to a crisis like this and help people without quickly becoming part of the problem is very challenging. And when I say becoming part of the problem, I mean distributing goods and services to people who need them the most, but at the same time knowing that you're not unintentionally spreading the disease and making the situation worse. And so our local partners, we're doing a lot of work with them to make sure that they have the masks that they need, the gloves that they need, the face shields that they need, so that they're actually distributing in a safe way. And it's like, this behavior is very new. You know, we're all learning and figuring out how to do it. You know, even collecting donations, making sure everything's sanitized, making sure we have volunteers come in groups, not all at the same time, and they keep a 2-meter distance apart. You know, these things we're learning how to do on the fly. So the situation right now is really about building the capacity of all organizations that we're working with. And in some communities, like, for example, Samedam, I don't know if you know where Samedam sub-district is. It's the other side of the river, sort of southwest, so it's like a suburb of Bangkok, southwest. They have a very high density of elderly and low-income households there. And very high density. So we've identified about 2,800 households that need support. And so the situation right now is we need to raise enough funds and gather enough donations to support those households over the next month. We distribute the essential items, mask, hand sanitizer, soaps, 5-kilo bag of rice, canned fish, soy milk. That makes up a pack, and it costs approximately 300 baht. So to support 3,000 families, we need to raise 900,000 baht. And I'm happy to say, because of the amazing support of our community who mobilized like that very quickly in the space of a couple of weeks, we've raised just over 300,000 baht, and we have a compound with a lot of donations in it ready to go. So there's that sort of bigger sort of campaign that's really scaling now. We already did a distribution to 170 households in Nang Leung community. Now we're scaling up to reach thousands of families in the most at-risk districts of Bangkok. But you've got to marry that with a situation that is unpredictable and with needs that pop up on the fly. So, for example, just yesterday there was a meeting with the Thai Health Office in Nang Leung community, and they'd identified 20 households that were on lockdown, complete lockdown and quarantine, because they actually had COVID-19 positive family members in the household, so no one can leave, not even for food. So there's 20 households. So today we got those donations, those packs out to those 20 households, and every week we'll be sending food and the needed supplies to those households until they're out of quarantine. So you've got the grand plan of scale, but we have to sort of adapt and be nimble to the immediate needs that communities face as this crisis and this pandemic spreads in ways, you know, that we're only just learning about. So that's the current situation. We've done very well, but we need to do more if we're going to support the most in need households across the city.